children. We like to discuss with them. We like to hear them talk to us, and we do like them to say hello to us in their mother tongue as well. Remember last week I said we will be having a special guest. Yes, we already have our special guest. Especially if you're following us across all social media platforms, you would have seen the flyer of our superstar on our page, our Instagram, as well as our WhatsApp status. So you can be a part of the discussion right now. Just go to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/smooth981 FM Lagos. You'll see my face, you will see her face, and of course, she's no stranger to us at all. She is one of our favorite here, and she's a lot of things. She is a singer, aside being a superstar. She is an author as well, and she is the African princess. She is the beautiful Makayla Malaka. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm great.
Are you sure? That sounds cold. Do you want to tell me how excited you are? Tell me one of the things you're very grateful about each time you wake up, something that comes to your mind.
Hmm.
Yeah. What comes to you? Okay, let's make it easy. This morning when you woke up, what was the first thing that came to your mind?
Um, that I had to be able to wake up really early to come here because I'm not a morning person at all.
What does that mean? Why are you have to go to school every day? You have
Yeah,
to be a morning person.
but like it's always a
Oh.
struggle. Like so, I'm not a morning person at all. It's so hard to wake me up.
So if you had the chance to wake up at a time of your choosing, what will it be? What time would you like to wake up?
Hmm. Probably like 10 o'clock.
When will you sleep?
When will I sleep? I'll sleep 1 a.m.
So you're a night crawler.
Mm-hmm.
What keeps you up? I mean, why would you sleep 1 a.m.? What would you be doing?
I guess watching movies, watching YouTube, watching different stuff.
Huh. Tell me,
Yeah.
what do you like to watch? Well, aside Michael Jackson.
um, I guess different YouTubers, different movies.
Hmm. Okay, well, I thought you were going to say, well, writing in there too. Because my first question for you is, how did you become a writer?
So, like in our school, I mean, I've always liked writing. So in our school, um, there was this like project they told us to do. So write a story, and they'll pick like a few students to that they were going to like publish, not like publish, but like they'll put their stories in like a book along with other um children. So when I wrote it, like my like they published my story, and like I've always been like writing in my free time and stuff. So I guess that also like contributed to the fact that I liked reading and writing.
Do you have a diary or a journal?
I mean, yes, I do actually. Like when I was way younger, though, maybe not way younger, but like in
You're
year
still young.
yeah,
You're
in
11.
year 3, I think when I was in year 3, I had this like huge book, and I used to write like things that happened in school and like things that happened in the day. And I think I almost finished the book, but at a point I stopped writing. I don't know why. And then I now recently got a book to write stuff in, so I've been trying to write and write inside there too.
Do you think that book, if anybody should lay hands on that book, you're going to be in trouble? Or there are people who will
No,
not like you?
no,
Yeah?
no.
Okay. Well, I'm very curious about something. It's not really related to writing and reading now, but you've got about 3 albums or four,
4.
and each of them are named after your age.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know. I guess.
You've never thought about it?
I mean, like, hmm, I guess it can like let people know how old I was when I did the album. It can also mark like my growth in it
Okay.
and like the different like things that have changed. but like
Okay, well, interesting. Now, our guest this morning is Makayla Malaka. She is a singer as well as an author. And like we mentioned, we'll be doing book reading and, of course, telling you why you should love reading, especially as a child. You still can be a part of the show. I'm seeing the calls. I won't take them right now because we need to first read and then you can answer questions relating to the book. So we've got a book written by Makayla with her beloved auntie Shokwe Martins, and the title of the book is African Princess. We'll be reading it later on and be drawing some stories, or at least asking how the inspiration for African Princess came about. We can as well just ask it now. Why African Princess? Why did you decide to write a book with the app? And not just that, the song also was in line with it. So
yeah.
tell me the inspiration.
So African Princess was in my second album, and I thought the storyline would be like a nice like story to put inside a book because it demonstrates like girl power and stuff like that. So like I thought that it would be like really nice to put in a book that everyone would be able to read, and I think it's also interesting with the snakes with the seven heads and stuff.
Yeah, the part we'll get to. But before then, there is a message on WhatsApp from Rosemary from Shongotedo who says she would like us to give a birthday shout out to her son, Nathan Ireoluwa, who is 9 years old. May God's blessings always abide with him today and always. Well, from your mom and of course from every other person here at Smooth, happy birthday, Nathan. Ireoluwakinto, and we hope that you have a lovely birthday celebration. She wants to say happy birthday to him.
Happy birthday! Enjoy your day very very much.
Exactly. And of course, you can keep us company. We'll try and play your birthday song later on. I can't guarantee, but at least we'll try that. Now, that said, are you ready to read?
Yep.
Let me just fix your mic a bit so that we can have. Aha! Yes, let's go. So we will start from page 2 where the story started, African Princess. So reading the book African Princess is the author herself in the studio. Do you want to start for us, Makayla? Let's go.
A long time ago in the kingdom of Konkolo, a prophecy was written in the sand. Nobody knew the child's name because the wind had swept it away.
Page 3. Do you have a different one there?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have pictures and all right. You can have mine then. Okay.
So, a long time ago in the kingdom of Konkolo, a prophecy was written in the sand. Nobody knew the child's name because the wind had swept it away. When the king dies, when the sun hides, a prince shall emerge, respected by nations, valued above diamonds, born to save, born to rule, born to defeat the monster. His name shall be. The king was young and ruled for many years. As years passed, Konkolo forgot the prophecy until the day the monster came. It was a big and the snake was it was a snake as long as a river and as big as a hill. It had 7 heads. They were named Iku, Irora, Ogun, Iberu, Aisa, Edun, Oka, and Ebi.
Now, before you go ahead, let's address that issue. Do you speak any Yoruba?
No, not at all.
You are Yoruba?
Yeah.
Or where are you from? What tribe are you
Well,
from?
my mom is Yoruba, but my dad is from Delta.
Do you speak any of that?
No.
Not the. Which part of Delta are you from? Or which
Isoko.
part of Delta did they say you're from?
Isoko.
Have you been there before?
No.
Daddy, you have a case to answer. Where is your mom from?
Yoruba.
When Yoruba is a generic word. Which state is she from?
I'm not sure actually.
Okay, mommy has a case to answer. So you can't speak Yoruba, you can't speak Isoko.
No.
Only English.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Mommy and daddy have cases to answer. So now let us fix the pronunciation because I realize a number of those things are written in Yoruba, right?
Mm-hmm.
First, it is konkolo. Do you know the meaning of konkolo? You just wrote it.
Yeah.
I believe konkolo means small. Yeah, konkolo means small.
Mm.
Who brought about this, names?
Well, I think that part was like mostly my auntie.
Auntie Shokwe.
Yeah.
Yeah, who also speaks interesting Yoruba, for the lack of a better word. All right, so I'll read this part and then I'll tell you how to pronounce these names. God help me too. So, it was a snake as long as a river and as big as a hill. It had 7 heads. They were named Iku, meaning death,
Mm-hmm.
Irora, meaning distress, Ogun, I believe that is the name of the god of iron. Then Iberu, that is fear. You've got Aison, that is sickness. Eduokon, meaning, the pain of your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And Ebi, meaning hunger. Exactly. Now you have a better idea of those names. All right, let's go forward then.
The snake spread fear and chaos everywhere it went. Plants died and people grew sick and hungry. The people called the snake Ijaya because they were very afraid of it. The king gathered his best fighters and rode to the cave that Ijaya had made its home. Their clubs and arrows did not harm Ijaya. Instead, the snake swallowed the king and his men. It swallowed whoever tried to fight it. It even defeated the army of Konkolo.
Mhm.
Darkness swept across the land as Ijaya grew stronger. Desperate to save their kingdom, the royal advisor found the prophecy and shared it with the people. Hope returned as Kokolo uh, waited for the child the prophecy described. Finally, the day came when the sun grew dark, but no child was born. The people's joy turned to sorrow. Then, in the darkest hour of the night, something happened. In a quiet village that nobody visited, a woman gave birth to a baby boy in a house made of mud and sand. The prince had come. The news spread and the people rejoiced. The boy grew up wise, strong, and loved across the land. He was a ray of hope, the child that would save Konkolo from the monster. But every light casts a shadow. The brighter the light, the darker the shadow. The boy grew up loved by everyone, had a twin sister no one loved. She had been born first when her brother came. Everyone forgot about her in their excitement. The royal advisors left her behind when they took the boy to the palace. The twins' parents missed their son so much they ignored their daughter. They fed her, they clothed her, but that was all they did. The girl grew up alone. The animals in the village were her friends and her teachers. She learned how to sing from the birds. She learned how to play from the monkeys and how to explore from the goats. She was content with her life, but she longed for love and often dreamt about her brother in the palace. Ijaya continued to scare the people. For 15 years, it killed their plants and ate the cattle. The people grew poorer and sicker until they could take it no more. They begged their prince to save them. The prince took the last of Konkolo's army and rode it to Ijaya's cave. Everyone waited for him to kill Ijaya, just like the prophecy said. The prince and his men fought well, but their weapons could not hurt Ijaya. The snake swallowed them whole. The prince is dead. The news traveled across Konkolo. The prince who had brought hope back was gone. When they heard the news, his parents cried, but his sister, who had spent her life dreaming of the day she would meet her brother, felt something in her heart that she could not explain. She was sure her brother was still alive. Early the following day, her parents were still while her parents were still sleeping, she took her bow and arrow and left home to find her brother. The girl journeyed across fields and through forests. She walked under the glare of the sun for weeks. Everywhere she went, she asked for stories about Ijaya. When people asked her why she wanted to hear those stories, she told them of her plan to save her brother from the snake. No one believed she could do it. What can a girl do that a king, a prince, and an army could not? They told her to go home, but the girl continued towards Ijaya's cave. The closer she got to the cave, the fewer people she met until finally there was no one left. All alone, the girl walked into the monster's lair. The cave was dark and smelled of rotten. The ground moved around the girl's feet. Who are you? Hissed the voice. Two yellow eyes shone in the dark. Have you come to fight me? I have not come to fight you, the girl said. I've come to ask you to return my brother. I swallowed him, said the snake. The snake said, but he's still alive. I know he is. Brothers, the voice hissed. Is she right? The ground moved, and the girl found 7 sets of eyes staring at her. Each pair was a different color. The purple eyes looked away. The first head hissed, Ebby, did you keep food for yourself? Bring it out. The head with purple eyes coughed. A boy who looked exactly like the girl shot out of its mouth and landed on the floor. What will you give me in exchange for your brother? Ijaya asked. I will give you love, the girl said. She had learned something while listening to the stories about Ijaya. All the stories had talked about how terrible the snake was, how everyone hated it and wanted it to go away. The snake was like her. No one had tried to love it. How? Ijaya asked. I will sing to you. The girl climbed up the girl climbed up Ijaya's body until she got to its neck. She was across them, stroking its head and singing. She sang about her friends, about her brother. She even sang about her parents. Her voice filled the cave. No one had ever sung to the snake before. All they had tried to do was kill it. Ijaya's eyes began to shut, and its head lowered to the floor as the snake fell asleep. The snake, the snake dreamed of a world the girl had sung about. In its dreams, it began to change. It changed from dark to light, from monster to friend. Outside, it began to change too. The girl sang until her voice was a whisper, and the snake continued to dream. And she and her brother had walked out of the cave. They went home to the quiet village that no one visited. The twins' parents were happy to have both their children back. They had missed the girl when she disappeared. On their way to their parents' house, the twins met many people. Many people. The people saw the girl that had done what she promised, and the news of the girl who defeated Ijaya traveled across Congo.
And that is the end of the story. That is, I mean, we should give a round of applause for the beautiful story we just heard. When the king dies, when the sun hides, princess shall emerge, respected by nations, valued above diamonds, born to save, born to rule, born to defeat the monster. Her name shall be, well, what's her name?
So people should put their name there.
Oh, all right then, you heard that. you should put your name there. Now, we've got questions for you. If you have been following the book reading, there are questions. So if you call, we will ask you the name of the different names or different questions. And if you get the questions right, it means you will get yourself a chance to be in the studio on the last Saturday of the month of July. But before then, we'll take a short break. We'll play you one of those lovely songs that Wilson said he enjoys, and he's giving Makayla a special shout out. He says she's a wonderful person and she's going places. I appreciate her style of singing and the way she does her things. She's a great person. My regards to her parents as well. Love those her songs. They've got great insight and full of wisdom and understanding. Well, what do you say to Uncle Wilson?
Thank you very much.
All right, so we will play you one of those lovely songs and come back and ask those who have been listening to call and to answer some questions for a chance to be in the studio. The book we just read is The African Princess, that was written by Makayla Malaka and Shokwe Martins. Harry, step aside. So you cannot speak Yoruba. You can't speak Isoko.
She can't speak, oh.
What?
She can't speak, oh. It's just that.
She said no, and he says yes. Which one do we believe now?
She knows some words.
Like what? So can you say good morning? So if I say when we come back from the break, you're going to welcome them in your mother tongue.
So you won't say that.
You can't. Well, when we come back from the break, we will actually welcome them. Not in the mother tongue, but you will open the show for us. You're the co-host for today. Yeah.
So we should say.
So what do you want to say? Well, you've got 2 more minutes to think about it. All right, I'll help you. So basically, this is a show for children between 6 to 15 years of age. And today, the topic of discussion is about loving book. So you can say anything in that line. So you just say, welcome to Smooth 98.1 FM. You are listening to Curious Minds, a show for the children. And then you can talk about the book and why we are talking about book reading and why. Now, so when we're done, we'll come to the other aspects, why you think children should like reading and what reading can do for you.
Would you please step aside?
Yep.
In my circle, would you please step aside? In my circle, would you please step aside? In my circle, would you please step aside? Don't need you. You don't follow rules and you thinking that's cool. And now you wanna hang when you see me at your school. Step aside. Step aside. Step aside. Step aside. And if you wanna slide when the teacher says to shuffle just because you think it makes you stand out, yes, you step aside. Step aside. Step aside. Step aside. Hey, you can't be acting like you know me and still be hating on my homies. See, I don't really like a lonely. It really don't work. It really don't work like that. My little friend should be able to always be kind and respectful. And if you think I'll change for you, you really don't know me like that. So would you please step aside? You in my circle, would you please step aside?
Okay, so I'll borrow yours, which is technically mine. Because why are there some pages missing there?
Coming from the printer.
All right, we're coming back. It's time for you to welcome them as the co-host of the show today.
Would you please step aside? Don't need you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Makayla Malaka, the co-host for today, and you're listening to Curious Minds on Smooth FM 98.1. We'll be talking about the importance of reading and my book, The African Princess.
Oh, that is so impressive, Makayla. Now, are you going to add broadcaster to your resume? Singer, author, broadcaster. Would you like to be a broadcaster?
I'm not sure, actually. I mean, I guess I would like it, but I have no idea, but maybe.
Auntie Shopper has not influenced you enough. That's true. I never got to. You already are something, but are there some things you'd like to be in the future? Definitely not a doctor.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe scientist.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Why? What will be a major?
Well, maybe I guess chemistry because I like mixing things.
That sounds like you like mixing things in the kitchen.
I guess.
There was actually a time I wanted to become a researcher, and in fact, I said I wanted to be one of those few persons or the first persons that would discover the cure to AIDS. Yeah, but life happened, and here I am working in a radio station and loving it. All right, so talking about book reading, tell me why you think we should have more children reading.
So I think reading is important because it helps to like expand your vocabulary. It can make your like imagination more wild and like it can make you have more imagination. It's really interesting as well if you like don't have anything to do and stuff. And it's also it's very interesting. It takes you to different worlds that do not exist. And I think it's really good that people read because it really
Okay.
benefits.
Now, what kind of books do you like to read?
So I like to read books that have mysterious, naughty, witty people inside. I don't know why, I just find it really funny and interesting. Also, maybe a bit of detective, but not like a lot, just like a little detective.
So maybe we'll be having Detective Makayla soon. Does that affect how you solve issues sometimes? Do you go and wear your detective cap and then you are very curious about things and you want to understand how everything works?
I mean, there are times when I read books and I'm extremely curious about stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's this? What's that? Whatever. So, I guess, so when I read, sometimes I just feel like maybe, I don't know, but just like, for example, if I read books that are like, say, that are like, did you know this or did you know that or things you never knew before, and now like start researching it and checking if they're true because sometimes they can just be unbelievable and I never know.
Mm. Okay, so let's do something. Let's play a game.
Okay.
I know this was not part of it, but it just came to me in the moment. So this game, I usually play it with adults, but now I'm going to play it with you. Let's see what that will be. I'm putting you on the spot. Sorry. So it's a game of Freudian sleep, right? So Sigmund Freud used to be a psychologist, and I will not go into that, but the game is named after him. Technically, it's a medical diagnosis. So I will say a word, and you don't think at all. You just say what comes to your mind. So, for instance, if I say blue, you don't think, just say it without blinking. Just say what comes to your mind,
Okay.
and it tells me what you think about blue or something that is associated about
Okay.
with blue.
Okay.
Daddy, don't worry. Don't be afraid. She will not reveal your deepest secrets. She has a detective cap on. All right. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Music.
Michael Jackson.
Ah, okay. That is easy. Your biggest inspiration. All right. Books.
The greatest animal in the jungle.
Looks. Brain freeze. All right. Going ahead. Going ahead. School.
Riverbank.
Oh, okay. All right. Yellow.
Flowers.
Family.
Parents.
Nigeria.
Lagos.
Love.
Hugs.
Oh, you love hugs. Oh, I should give you one before you leave then. All right, let's go forward then. Land.
This is so hard. um, Carpets.
Skies.
Planes.
Blue.
Sky.
Human.
Me.
Nigeria.
Uh, Lagos.
Why? Why did you associate Nigeria with Lagos? You've mentioned Lagos before now.
Yeah.
And that took a while too. Okay,
Yeah.
princess.
I have no idea.
It's supposed to be me. You are supposed to answer me. You are African princess. All right, two more and we'll wrap this up. All right, keys.
Door.
Money.
Dollars.
Why not naira? Why are you thinking in dollars, Makayla? Why not naira?
No reason. First thing that came to my mind, I guess.
Your secret is safe with me. Don't worry. All right, then as we wrap this up, we're actually out of time. So I will only take two calls, the first two calls, and that is for you to win yourself a chance to be in the studio come the last Saturday of the month. I'll be asking you some questions from the book we just read with Makayla. And if you get them correctly, I have two questions per person because of time. If you get them correctly, well, you'll be in the studio on the last Saturday of the month. And if not, next week is another time for you to try out. So quickly, 014489981. Again, 014489981. Now the rule stands that you have to first greet me good morning in your mother tongue and also say your name in your mother tongue. That's very important. And 014489981 is the number to dial. 014489981. All right, first person. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
Chifu.
All right, so do you want to greet me in your mother tongue?
Yes.
All right, let's go all over again.
Otutuoma.
Otutuoma. What is your name in Igbo language?
Chifu.
Can you say Hafambo now? How old are you?
I
That is how old in English?
5.
You're 5. Oh, this show is for children between 6 to 15 years. Sorry. Do you have your sister there or your brother?
Yes.
How old are they? All right, there is a background noise. I can hear myself. Do you want to call back?
No.
So, how old are your brothers or sisters? A girl.
Yep.
Okay, how old are you? Okay, what is that in English?
7 years.
Beautiful. Right, you qualify for the show. Have you been listening to the book?
Yes.
All right, so what is the name of the snake? The snake that was terrorizing them in the town. What is the name of the snake? Ah, you did not get that. Can you still hear me? Are you still there?
Yes.
So can you tell me the name of the snake from the book we just read? Sorry. That means I have to let you go since you don't know it. You can call back next week. Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
Baby.
All right. How old are you?
I'm
Oh, David, you were on the show last month. So remember that you can't call for the month of July. You have to tell others to call. All right. Bye. Hello. Turn down the volume of your radio set. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. What's your name?
I'm Okpe.
Okay. All right. Can you greet me in your mother tongue?
Ekaroma.
Báwo ni?
Moama.
Ọmọ ọdún mélòó ni ẹ́?
Ọmọdún mẹ́jọ.
Okay. So, do you want to tell me the name of the snake that was terrorizing them in the town?
Yes, ma.
What is the name of the snake?
I just.
What?
I just.
No, that's not the name of the snake. Sorry. You have to call back later on for another chance. Bye.
Okay, ma.
Okay, I know I said that I was only going to take two calls, but I will be lenient and take one more call if you quickly dial 014489981. The question is already out there now. If I were you, I'll try to recollect. What is the name of the snake that was terrorizing them in the small town of Konkolo? 014489981. And if you do not get a chance to get yourself into the studio on the last Saturday of July this week, don't worry. Next week is another time that you'll be able to spell and then get yourself into the studio. All right, Makayla, we are done for today. Thank you for being my guest. Is there any final word or moral lesson, advice, encouragement you would like to give to the children who do not like reading?
So I think for people who don't like reading, like there are also options for audiobooks. So you can always start with audiobooks, and you can now like find from audiobooks you can now find the style of books you like. And you can now start leaning into reading until you get into physical, and then you can't stop reading because you really enjoy it.
Oh, that is lovely. All right, then, buddy, you have a book. You're an author, The African Princess. If people want to buy it and people want to check it out, how can they do it? Okay. Uh,
Hello everyone. Okay, so to get Makayla's book, you can get on Amazon Kindle. Then for Nigeria, you can get on Bambooks, you can get on Seller, you can get on Okada, and also for physical copies, which we have limited copies, you can get on our website on www.makaylamalaka.com. Thank you.
all right. Makayla doesn't know where we can get our books. She needed Superman, Superwoman. Oh, by the way, do you have a favorite superhero?
Yes,
Who's that?
Wonder Woman.
Why? I thought it was Superman.
Um,
You changed your mind from
well,
Super.
there are too many. I cannot list all of them. So if I had to pick one, she'll be one of them. But Superman is also one of them.
One for the men, one for the women. Right. Well, if you were to be a superhero, who would you be?
Supergirl.
All right, it makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Makayla.
Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure. And of course, you can find Makayla's songs also on YouTube and via the website. Thank you. And we are done for today. Next week is another time for Curious Minds right here on Smooth 98.1. 8:40 is the time. And children between 6 to 15 years of age are the ones we want to hear. Thank you, and I will play you some lovely songs on Smooth Explorer right here on Smooth 98.1. Bye. Do you want to say bye to them?
Bye.
Yes.
When it's game time, it's kids' time because
Supergirl.
kids think the darndest things.
Because it's not magic.
Hear what they hear, see what they see, and know what they know.
I want to be
Let's
an
take
astronaut,
a
shoe designer,
picture.
fortune teller, an entrepreneur.
The Smooth 98.1 Studios presents Curious Minds as we explore the wonder world of today's kids.
98.1. It just feels good. Every move on the radio. Every syrup